Hey everyone, it's Mario here. And let me tell you, my travel bugs have led me to one incredible place this time. Today, we're exploring the top 5 places you absolutely must visit in the beautiful city of Porto, Portugal. Get ready for stunning views, delicious food, and a whole lot of charm. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures. Alright, let's kick things off in the Ribeira district, the heart and soul of Porto. This place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the moment you step foot here, you'll understand why. Imagine this, colorful houses stacked upon each other like a giant's Lego creation, cobblestone streets that seem to whisper stories of the past, and the Douro River glistening under the Portuguese sun. I spent hours getting lost in the maze-like alleys, and honestly, I wouldn't have had it any other way. There's something so charming about turning a corner and discovering a hidden cafe, a tiny shop selling handmade crafts, or a group of locals sharing a bottle of wine and some laughs. Speaking of wine, you can't miss out on trying some port wine while you're in Porto. It's basically the national drink, and trust me, it's delicious. Find a cozy wine bar along the river, order yourself a glass or two, and soak in the lively atmosphere. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, take a ride on a traditional Rebelo boat. These boats were once used to transport port wine down the Douro River, and now they offer scenic cruises that give you a whole new perspective of the city. Just a word of advice from your friendly neighborhood Mario: wear comfortable shoes. Those cobblestone streets are beautiful, but they're not exactly high-heel friendly. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. One evening I stumbled upon this tiny restaurant tucked away in a corner I swear I had walked past a dozen times already. The aroma wafting out of there was incredible. A mix of garlic, herbs, and something distinctly Portuguese that I couldn't quite place. I decided to throw caution to the wind and listen to my stomach, and stepped inside. The place was packed with locals, always a good sign. I managed to snag the last free table, and as I looked around I realized I couldn't understand a word on the menu. It was all in Portuguese, no pictures, no translations. For a moment I panicked. Then I decided to embrace the adventure. I called the waiter over, a jovial man with a handlebar mustache that seemed to curl up in amusement as he handed me the menu. With a mix of broken Portuguese, exaggerated hand gestures, and a whole lot of laughter, I managed to order myself a feast. And let me tell you, that meal was one of the highlights of my trip. It was a simple dish, some kind of fish stew, but it was bursting with flavor, every bite an explosion of freshness and spice. That's the beauty of the Ribeira district. You never know what hidden gems you'll uncover. Bookworms and Potterheads, this one's for you. Livraria Lello is not your average bookstore, oh no. It's a magnificent neo-Gothic masterpiece that looks like it jumped straight out of a fairy tale. I'm talking intricate wood carvings, a grand red staircase that spirals up to a stained glass ceiling, and shelves upon shelves of books that seem to stretch on forever. Rumor has it that J.K. Rowling herself drew inspiration from this very bookstore while she was living in Porto. And honestly, I can totally see why. The moment I stepped inside, I half expected to see Dumbledore browsing the shelves or a rogue quaffle flying through the air. Even if you're not a die-hard Harry Potter fan, you can't help but be enchanted by the magical atmosphere of this place. It's like stepping back in time, surrounded by the scent of old paper and the hushed whispers of fellow book lovers. Now here's a little tip. Livraria Lello is incredibly popular, so it's best to book your tickets online in advance. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this experience because you're stuck waiting in line. As I wandered through the bookstore, running my fingers along the spines of ancient tomes and admiring the ornate details of the architecture, I couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. It's not every day you get to visit a place that's both a bookstore and a work of art. I even picked up a copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in Portuguese, just for the fun of it. I figured it would make a great souvenir. And hey, maybe I'd even brush up on my language skills. As I was paying for my book, I noticed a group of kids, eyes wide with wonder, whispering excitedly about the moving staircase. It took me back to my own childhood, to the days when I would get lost in the pages of a good book, imagination running wild. Livraria Lello is more than just a bookstore. It's a testament to the power of stories, the magic of words, and the enduring appeal of a good book. Alright guys, get ready for some epic views because Clarigos Tower is where it's at. This iconic Baroque tower is one of Porto's most recognizable landmarks, and climbing to the top is practically a rite of passage. Now, I'm not gonna lie, those 225 steps are no joke. I might have even considered turning back halfway up, don't judge me. But trust me, the panoramic views from the top are worth every bead of sweat. From up there, you can see the entire city spread out before you like a giant, colorful map. The red-tiled roofs, the winding Douro River, the distant Atlantic Ocean. It's enough to take your breath away. I spent a good hour up there just soaking in the scenery, snapping photos like a tourist on a mission, and feeling incredibly grateful for the invention of elevators, even though I didn't get to use one. As I stood there, catching my breath and admiring the view, I couldn't help but think about the countless people who had stood in that very spot over the centuries. Clarigos Tower has witnessed it all, the rise and fall of empires, the changing tides of history, the laughter and tears of generations. It's a humbling thought to realize that we're just a small part of something much larger than ourselves. But it's also incredibly inspiring. It reminds us that even though our time on this earth is fleeting, the memories we create and the experiences we share will last a lifetime. And that's what travel is all about, isn't it? Creating memories, experiencing new cultures, and broadening our horizons. So, the next time you're feeling lost or uncertain, remember the view from Clarigos Tower. Remember that the world is a vast and beautiful place just waiting to be explored. You know me, I love a good train station, and Salbento railway station is not your average transportation hub. This place is like an art museum disguised as a train station, and it's absolutely breathtaking. As soon as you step inside, you'll be greeted by over 20,000 stunning azulejo tiles that cover the walls from floor to ceiling. These intricate blue and white tiles depict scenes from Portuguese history, culture, and daily life. Seriously, it's like walking into a giant hand-painted storybook. I spent so long admiring the artwork that I almost missed my train. But hey, some things are worth being late for, right? I mean, how often do you get to stroll through a train station that feels more like an art gallery? I'm talking intricate details, vibrant colors, and stories etched into every tile. I swear I could have spent hours just deciphering the scenes, each one a window into Portugal's rich past. And the best part? It's completely free to enter. So even if you're not hopping on a train, make sure to add Salbento railway station to your Porto itinerary. Trust me, your Instagram feed will thank you. There's just something so captivating about azulejo tiles. They have this way of transporting you back in time, of telling stories without words, of adding a touch of elegance to even the most mundane of places. As I stood there, surrounded by the hustle and bustle of travelers, I couldn't help but feel a sense of peace. Maybe it was the beauty of the artwork, or maybe it was the knowledge that I was standing in a place where countless journeys had begun and ended. Whatever it was, I knew that Salbento railway station was more than just a train station. It was a symbol of Portugal's enduring spirit, its artistic legacy, and its ability to find beauty in the everyday. Last but not least, we're ending our Porto adventure with a bang, or should I say, a bridge. The Dom Luis I Bridge is not just any bridge, it's an iconic double-decker metal arch bridge that offers jaw-dropping views of the city and the Douro River. Walking across this bridge is an experience in itself. You can either stroll along the lower deck, where you'll be surrounded by the rumble of cars and the gentle breeze of the river, or you can opt for the upper deck, which is reserved for pedestrians and the metro. I highly recommend taking the metro across the bridge at least once. The views from up there are absolutely incredible, and it's a pretty unique way to experience the city. Plus, it's a great excuse to rest your legs after all that walking. As I stood on the upper deck, watching the sunset over Oporto, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. We had seen so much, experienced so much, and created memories that would last a lifetime. From the charming streets of the Ribera district to the magical atmosphere of Livraria Lello, from the panoramic views atop Clarigos Tower to the artistic wonders of Salbento railway station, Oporto had stolen a piece of my heart. And as I gazed out at the city lights twinkling below, I knew that this wasn't goodbye, it was just a see you later. Because Oporto, with its vibrant culture, its friendly locals, and its undeniable charm, had left an imprint on my soul, and I knew I would be back to explore more of its hidden gems. Thanks for joining me on this tour of Oporto's top spots. I hope you enjoyed exploring this incredible city with me. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more fun travel videos. From the stunning architecture to the delicious food and the friendly locals, Oporto truly has it all. See you in the next adventure.